Aloha and welcome back to video number 17. Today we're going to talk about the glutes. Now, we all know smoking is bad for us. It causes problems for our heart, our lungs, and many other issues. But sitting is also the new smoking. Why? Because it compresses the spine, it shuts off the glutes. Because we're sitting, the muscles are overstretched when we're sitting and they're compressed for hours and hours. And over time, those muscles gets really dry because there's no movement. And then when we start moving, our alignments are off. Everything gets tight in the front, then the back muscle gets overstretched. And as we get older, we start looking more like this instead of able to extend our spine and extend our hip when we move. So what we're going to do today is learning how to turn on those glute muscle because they're shut down and strengthen those muscles. Okay, so everybody's going to be at different levels. We're going to move at your pace. So first of all, we're going to start off by assessing. So ideally, you should be able to just stand nice and tall and squeeze your butt and relax it, and squeeze your butt and relax it. You should be able to have that proprioception, the awareness of your own body movement without touching it. Okay? Now some people will not be able to connect because the tissues are so shut down that they have lost that connection with those muscles. So they might have to place their hand there and try to squeeze it and relax it and squeeze it and relax it. Okay? And still, some people may not feel anything. I have many clients who it doesn't move at all. It just totally shut down. Okay? So this is one way. Next level is to extend that leg back and squeeze that butt cheek. Okay? And this is even harder when you do one at a time, but you should be able to do this. This is normal. We should be able to do this, but most people cannot do this. About 80%. It's very shocking. Okay? But when we step, every step we take, we're engaging these muscles. We're engaging these muscles one at a time, repetitively for thousands of steps. Okay. So, if you're not sure, I want you to zoom in with your phone or your computer and see how you can actually turn on those muscles. It actually moves. Just like winking your eye one at a time, those are called mind muscle connection. You should be able to do it on those butt muscles, but we don't see it, we don't use it. Now, how to turn it on if it's not on? I'm going to shift this down to the floor. You're going to use a tennis ball or a softball that's going to help you hydrate the tissue from the outside in. So I prefer a softball, something really firm, compared to a tennis ball because our butt muscles are very dense and there's layers and layers of it and you want to really get in there. And sometimes a tennis ball you might not feel it. Okay, so you just gotta play around with it and see which one you like more. But if tennis ball's all you got for now, it's better than nothing. Okay, so what we're gonna do, even a water bottle will work. A really firm Hydroflex would work if your tissues are very dry and tight and sensitive. You can really get in there. But my number one go-to is softball. What you're going to do is you're going to lie down on your back with your knees bent. And you're going to lift the butt up and slide a ball onto the butt cheek. Just one on your, it's on my left side. And then I'm just going to extend that leg and just relax and sink into the ball. And for most people, they will feel it. Because again, healthy tissue don't hurt. Dry tissues are very sensitive. And once you have something against it, putting pressure on it, that area will start to wake up. Okay? And the whole purpose of rolling is to explore and discover area that needs attention, needs blood flow. So you can go all along the butt cheek from below your hips all the way to the side of the sacrum, to the outer part of the greater trochanter, the hip socket. So keep exploring. If this is too painful, you can use two balls. one on each butt cheek. That way you're spreading out the weight, and it's a lot more tolerable if one ball's too sensitive. You gotta work at your pace. Okay? So you wanna do both sides, and that will hydrate those tissue. And then test it out. Extend the legs and bring your arms to your side, and then squeeze the butt cheek and relax. Okay? So this will be level 1 exercise. Squeeze the butt cheek and relax. Squeeze and relax. If you don't feel it, if you still don't feel it, you might have to put your hands underneath the butt cheeks and squeeze and relax, and you might have better connection. So right now for level 1, it's all about just getting that muscle to wake up and for you to have that connection. Okay, so do about 10 to 20 of these. Squeeze and relax it. Squeeze and relax it, and make sure you're not holding your breath, that you're still breathing. Now next level will be one butt cheek at a time. So just the left butt cheek and relax. Just the left butt cheek and relax. Just the left butt cheek and relax. Okay? And try the other side. Right, right, right. And be very mindful to see if one butt cheek is much more stronger than the other, have better connection. So you want to make sure there's symmetry. As I mentioned before, symmetry is so important. It's going to prevent injury, because if both butt cheek is shut down, your body will just move slower. It will prevent you. But if one butt cheek can move and the other can't, then there's going to be a problem, because your body, the weak side won't be able to catch up, and that's how we get injured. So level 1 is 2 butt cheek, contract and relax, contract and relax. Do maybe 10, 20 of them. Next level, level 2, could be just 1 butt cheek and relax, 1 butt cheek and relax, 1 butt cheek and relax, and then do the other butt cheek. Okay. Now third level would be the bridge. You're going to bend your knees, feet is hip width apart, knees in line with second and third toe, tripod for the feet. Everything you learned in the posture video number 3. Okay. You're still keeping alignment. Keep your arms nice and long and straight. Most people tend to bend their wrists, or the shoulder creeps up. Try to slide your shoulder blade down. Keep those arms nice and long. Spread those fingers. Tuck your chin. Tuck your pelvis, and then start peeling your tailbone off the floor, your lower back off the floor, your middle back off the floor, and your upper back off the floor into a bridge. Now, most people will forget all about the alignment, and their knees will start flaring out while they start buckling in. Go back to the alignment. Knees in line with second and third toe, tripod for the feet. You should feel your inner thigh a little bit, and lots of glutes and some core. Make sure you're not digging your shoulder on the floor. You're floating those shoulders on the floor. You're really lifting up to the hips, extending the spine, opening up, feeling a stretch to the front of the hips, and a lot of work on the butt cheek. You shouldn't feel too much on your front thigh or the back of your thigh. If you do, you're compensating, because the glutes are not doing the job fully. And slowly come back down, take a little break. Okay. So this is called a bridge. Another thing you want to make sure is that you're engaging your core, and you're keeping the alignment of your spine, and you're not pushing your stomach out, and you're not holding your breath either. So again, knees in line with second and third toe, tripod for the feet, feet is hip width apart. You're going to tuck your pelvis, and you're going to peel one vertebra off the floor at a time. Okay. What I don't want is this arching of the back, or this dropping of the lower back. You want to maintain neutral. But if you come up and this hurts your back, just to check, make sure you're not overarching, come back. And then if this still hurts, it might be your glutes are still shut down, they're weak, the back's coming in to help. You might have to drop it down a little bit more. Okay, so this will be the level for now. Until you get stronger, you can come up to full range of motion. Most people don't have full range of motion. Okay. So some people don't have this range of motion, so their back kicks in. That's why it hurts. Most people just have a small, limited range of motion. So this is neutral. This is when the butt works the hardest. Make sure you're not pushing your stomach out. I want you to zoom in if you're not able to see this. Pushing your stomach out. I want you to zip it in. Breathe to the diaphragm. And keep talking to these muscles. You should feel at least 70% or more. And then come back down. Okay? So this will be the next level. And you can do a good 5 to 10 and hold that position. As you get better, you want to add a little bit more resistance. Or if you find that you don't feel your glutes, having some type of resistance would help. So if you have one of these at home, these bands. Now I prefer these ones that's made out of materials. They're a lot more solid and they don't get twisted and rise up. Whereas these ones, they tend to get twisted and you don't feel it anymore because they get really skinny and it become more of a distraction than assistance. So if you have one of these, you put it around your thighs, go back to the hip width apart, knees in line with second and third toe, tripod for the feet. Spread out those knees just a little bit to get into that alignment, and then lift and hold, and you should feel way more glutes having the band across your thigh because it turns on all the glutes having that band there. But the main thing is that you have connection with your glutes, so I need you to be able to squeeze those glutes and relax it and squeeze, really feel it contracting fully and not just a mild contraction. You want a full, firm contraction of the glute muscle. So I hope this is helpful. If it's helpful, please share with your families and friends. Any question? Lisi at journeytofitness.com. Aloha.